Hi everybody. I thought I'd just nip online and do a quick reading. That's it. I went to bed dreaming about these cards, woke up thinking about these cards. I haven't used them for ages. I think they're called Soulful Woman. So already, yeah. How are you feeling? Is it feeling strange? Is something feeling strange to you, as in the subconscious can't quite map to it? New, unusual, weird? Seems to be a real shift. A wave of something came in last night. It was a beautiful, deep, healing energy. So let's see what's coming out. So the first card out. This is like the return of I want to say blueprints beyond the time space. Original codings. This is a strange energy. With grace, dignity, and strength, I grow into the unique texture of my feminine soul. Right. So this is an aspect of the soul that might feel odd, new, all the words I've just said. And it's giving us grace and dignity as a choice to lead the subconscious in a new direction, because the subconscious might want to come in and put old labels onto new mapping. And so if the feeling is confusing, be confused and be confusing. So something about these new blueprints coming in and integrating in their own way without the subconscious affecting them or imposing some kind of expectation or will on them. So it's a new meeting the known. And it's coming in on the energy of 5, which is dynamic change. And that's what today feels like, dynamic change. And I have no idea what to expect. And so this is kind of embracing what's coming in without judgment, just holding it for now. Just holding it for now. Is 21 the world card? 21-3 is blueprint. Wow, it's very sensitive, but fiery. I can't describe it, and I'm really avoiding reaching for words. But I'm conscious I'm on camera and I've got to bring something. Maybe I just don't say anything. Living from soul opens me to the magic that exists when I surrender to divine manifestation. Divine manifestation is allowing the blueprint to come in without imposing anything on it. Surrender to divine manifestation on its own terms and its timing, right? So there's a real deferring into dignity. Oh, that's nice. Deferring into dignity. And being really mindful of where the old story, subconscious, wants to come in And I think in the last reading I did, I was talking about the difference between feelings and emotions. So feelings is there's something coming in and it feels weird. And emotions are ancestral. So emotions are in the past, very different energy. When my self-talk is kinder, I am empowered in my capacity to pursue my dreams and believe in myself on your own terms and in your own time. It's very gentle kind of, I've got you. It's that kind of energy. I've got you. I know you're a bit confused at the moment. Just allow, just allow. So I think be with confusion or oddness, or uniqueness. And I also want to use these little cards. I don't know if you can still get them. They're really, really old. These are from Brahma Kumaris. What is the soul trying to learn here? Yeah. Right at the base of the throat chakra. I think that's called the seat of the soul. I'll need to find that out. As a master, I align myself with imperishable truth. I align myself with my true self, uninfluenced by the false glitter around me. There's an emptiness with this. It's like void consciousness. Imperishable truth. And this is talking into the uncorruptible soul. If you think of soul as pure gold, you can bury gold at the bottom of the ocean for 20,000 years and it won't perish. Uninfluenced by the false glitter around me. The great cosmic joke. Humor. And this might be the balancing point. Remember, we're talking about poles. This might be the balancing point against that self-talk. So where you start taking something personally, just come up, find the humor in it. Even if that means laughing at yourself. It's always good to laugh at yourself. Life's become so serious. As a master, I see myself with gentle, loving eyes and laugh at all my overreactions, my unreal fears and worries. To let myself see the funny side is to ease the tension. It's coming back into novice with the world energy. It's coming into rebirth and behaving like a novice, like a child, student, whatever word you want to put on it. And when we talk about acceptance and self-acceptance, what we're talking into is, it's not just all the pretty stuff. We're talking into the mess and the chaos that we generate as human beings running around on this planet without a handbook. And I guess in learning to fully accept our inner bully, I was talking about the inner bully, the inner terrorist, the inner critic. And if we have a giggle with it at how serious it wants to be, that will elevate its vibration and frequency. Absolute acceptance of all of your joy and your passion and your brilliance and all of your, let's say, lower emotions, moral emotions, the shame and the guilt and embarrassment of being a bright light in the world, a wonderful soul in the world. Yeah, absolutely. This is, I've spoken recently about new soul groups forming, and this is speaking into looking deeper than the surface. And sometimes we can't always find those conversations but we're more than capable of them. As a master, I seek the meaning that is hidden below. Got an eclipse coming up in Scorpio, although I studied the charts this morning and it looks like it's happening in Sagittarius, so I don't know. I look behind the words and between the lines to find the true meaning of my world. So this is really going in soul deep. And I'm going to read all of these out because this is the clump that fell out. Farsightedness. I make sure my vision is not limited to what seems to be in front of me. And there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we can't see. As a master, my eyes are always open for the long-term consequences of action. Mercury retrograde, think it through. Pluto retrograde, think it through. And Uranus bringing in some electric shocks, some kapow moments. And in all of this change, I am free and easy now. We're in an ocean of emotion at the moment. And there's some beautiful old child trauma coming up. It's really deep. As a master, I fly with the wings of wisdom and connectedness. Okay. Connected with those around me and with my own inner brilliance. I learned something, so I'm taking my study of astrology to the next level. And I started drawing all the glyphs this morning so I can tune in essentially rather than knowledgely to the energies. But I learned something yesterday that wherever the sun was when you were born, your rising sign, your sun sign, go to that part on the wheel and see what sign is behind you and what sign is in front of you. This is, and treat the sign behind you as like your blind spot or the secret safe, the dark room, where you can go to pull old wisdom forward and lean back into that. So you're standing in the sun of first house, your first house. You're leaning back into what is actually your 12th house, okay? So it's all the old wisdom that you're bringing into this lifetime blind spot. And you're looking forward to the sign in front of you, which is kind of your teacher. So that's going to guide you forwards, but this is what you've got to do, okay? This is what will help you now. And if that just connects you with a beautiful quadrant of your wheel, it builds a mini workshop for you. So Michelle, I learned that yesterday from Molly McCord, and I'm just sharing that with you because that was lovely for me. That was a nice movement to lean back and to lean forward, and it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Okay. Ooh, wow, look at this. There's a challenge in here, and it's about where do you fearlessly self-love? And what happens to that self-love when, say, you're standing in a group of haters, or when you're standing in a group of people who are still in that lower soup of emotion? Do you come down with them? Or do you stay in that fearless self-love? Remember, because we're building the new here. And this is where I think I said on the last video, it's going to take courageous action. And these are tiny things of being that in a group of people who aren't where you're at, and that's fine. Everybody is on their own soul path. There's no better than, worse than. There's none of that. It's that straight line thinking. This is, where are you on the 58,000 wheels that you occupy? What's the alchemical recipe that you're working with today, now, in this moment? Fearless self-love might be a good constant to keep you coming back to gold. Fearless self-love. Whenever I choose to love myself, no matter the circumstances, I am practicing fearlessness. I love that. No matter the circumstances, I'm seeing the strength card, and she's just putting a hand in the lion's mouth and letting it make its decision, whether to bite or whether to allow her. Fearless. Okay, love that. Let's pull a different card to wrap the reading up. What are these? I don't know what these are, sorry. Yes, thank you. Bear with me. Oh, wow, thank you. That is a beautiful reminder. Okay, okay. That's right, it was this, wasn't it? Okay, this is speaking to the last video, or the one before that, speaking to the last video and these two cards. And if I remember correctly, on the last video, I said something about bring in your shyness, your failure, your guilt, whatever, all the stuff we want to look away from, sit it at the round table. Okay, and sit it at the round table. Because everything has love to give and love to receive. And there's love to be squeezed out of our shame and our guilt and our rage. That love lifts you higher, and it lifts you higher in the taking of wisdom from it. Like my dad always used to say, honey, you have to bite the lemon to taste the honey. You cannot know what is sweet until you've experienced what is sour, and everything's okay. That's it. I'm going to leave it there. Gather your knights to the round table. All of your shame and your sorrow, all of your beauty and your light. Gather it all, because we're taking it forward now. The new is coming in. Wow, this is beautiful. My higher heart is feels very tender. That's it. I'm going. Take care. I want to say, wow, crikey, that last video, you guys blew me away. Blew me away. Thank you for being here. I am going to do more Ophiuchus reading. I was even pondering with Ophiuchus channel, because it's speaking to me so loudly and clearly at the moment. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll do more Ophi readings. And that is it, my lovelies. I'm going to leave you with my deepest respect for where you are on your journey and the commitment that you're giving to yourself as you come into fearless self-love. That's it. Take care. Have a great week. I'll see you soon.